Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm doing Ferrari F40 issue 43, and that's the sound system. And my co-host is going to be reading out the instructions for me. Mark.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Adrian's live stream on the Ferrari F40. Should be a good one tonight.
Yeah, and I got an extra guest tonight, and they're going to be reading out the comments for us.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me on the show, Adrian.
That's okay. Click on that one. So let's quickly go through the comments we have.
Yep. So we've got P40F20 who says hi all. So hello, P40. How are you?
Hi, P40F20. And we have.
And next up, we've got Yorkshire Crafter. She says hi, everyone. Hello, Yorkshire Crafter.
Hi, Julie.
And then up, we've got Warren James. Hello, Warren James. He says hi all.
Hi, Warren.
Hi, Warren.
And the final at the moment we've got down to.
And we got Mike Tedstone who says hi all.
Hi, Mike. And that's the comment so far.
Okay. So tonight is Assembly 43, the sound system. With all the components that accompany this issue, you'll be able to assemble the radiator inside which you can place your model's sound system. Read the instructions carefully and pay close attention to the photographs. Okay, are you ready for your parts check, Adrian?
Yes.
Okay, so part number 1 is radiator.
That's radiator and that's plastic.
Okay. Part number 2 is 2 tie rods.
2 tie rods. One could be a left one and one could be a right one. They're both slightly different.
Okay. Part number 3 is fan B.
That's that one.
Yeah. Part number 4 is fan case B.
And the way you can tell it is actually it's got a mark B in it.
Right. Part 5, sorry, is type. I think that's type I screws times 5.
Yes, I would say it's an I. Yeah, mostly it's been capital letters, so it's an I.
Yeah, okay. And part 6 is fan case A.
Yep, with a mark A in it.
Yeah. And then 7 is fan A.
I believe that's the part basically.
Yeah. 8 is type T screws times 5.
Yes.
Okay. 9 is loudspeaker.
Yep, that's the loudspeaker.
And 10.
I've opened it up basically, and I've basically left it back, so it's easier to stop it getting a bit damaged before I fit it.
And then 10 is loudspeaker locking ring.
That's that piece there.
Okay. Right, so we'll begin. So step 1 is place the fan case B into position as shown inside of the radiator.
Like I said, it's got a B mark printed inside.
Yep.
And in both corners you've got an A there and you've got a B there. So basically I think they've designed both these slightly differently.
Yeah, that's handy.
That one goes that way.
Okay. And then step 2 is above the fan case, place fan B as in the image and fix it with 2 type T screws.
Right. Right. Let's double check, see if there's. Right. Yes, this part can only go in a certain way around.
Right.
I had it perfectly because I just want to make sure it doesn't matter which way around it does.
Right, okay.
I just noticed there's another comment. Okay, that step's done.
Okay, step 3 is position fan case A as shown.
Right. Same again, this one marked with an A and A there. Right. According to the image, that notch is about there. But I might have to alter it to a different place. I'm not sure at the moment.
Okay, so step 4 is join the fan A to the fan case A, making sure that the notches align as shown.
Right, okay. Actually, according to the previous image, the notch was there. So I've got to move that one around too. So it's about there. And pop this one in like so.
Is it actually possible to put that in the wrong way?
Well, you got with that you've got a smaller ring there.
Right.
Because I believe
so obviously it says to make sure you line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tells you how to line it up properly, which should in itself be enough. But I just wonder if it's actually, if you can actually put it in the wrong way, again, to make it easier.
It doesn't slip in easier, but it does slip in nicely that way.
Right.
There's one way hard and the other way is easier. Before we move on, shall we go down the comments?
Yeah, okay. So P40 F20 sounds like a newsroom in the background, breaking news on the Ferrari F40. So yeah, so I've apologized. I feel really awful. Normally I make sure my volumes are all down and I forgot today, and I really do apologize for that. So Dave Mack says, good evening, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I think I've heard before there's no such thing as late.
No,
but
you might be doing something beforehand. You
yeah.
You try by bus, you might come off a late bus.
Well, as I say, any view is a good view, whether you come in on time or early, or you like the video, you dislike the video. It's all views and it's all wonderful stuff. So you're welcome at any time, Dave Mack.
And my comment is always to a driver, if they're late, tell the traffic driver. That's my comment generally. It's mostly they're always on time.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave Mack's a great one. John's model mate says, evening all, does this part get attached to the car tonight or placed on a shelf?
Yeah. Well, let's see how we get far.
Adrian doesn't want to spoil the surprise. P40 F40 says, I like it. That reminds me of a TV advert. Do you know what I mean? He goes, I like it like that. Dave Mack says, hi, not Chris. I think that's, I forget who not Chris is now. Is not Chris Dave Mack?
That's right.
Yeah. Dave Mack says, hi, P40 F20. And then he says, thank you, Penny. Not a problem, Dave Mack.
That's okay, Dave Mack.
Okay, you.
And Fleetwood J says, good evening, all. Hope everyone is okay and good luck with your build, Adrian.
Thanks, Fleetwood.
Okay, so step 5 is place the speaker as shown in the image.
Right, this has, I've noticed little knots in there, inside. So this piece has got to go in there a certain way. And there is a knockout notch there. Well, correction, there's a little pin on there. And there's a knockout notch there. So basically this got to go in a certain way around onto that one there. And basically once you push it down, it's all the way in, it's hard to get it back out.
Okay.
Right. That's nicely pushed in.
Okay, so step 6 is now position the speaker, locking ring, making sure that the cable passes through the large opening. Then screw it with 2 type T screws.
Right. Feed the cable around like so. And that's roughly go like. So you on there and get 2 screws out. Put one in so far. And go on to the other one. Screw that down. And go back to the other one. That's too nicely done up so far. Okay, on to the next step.
Okay, step 7 is retrieve the frame and the radiator hoses from the last assembly session. In the photo, the interlocking points for assembly are highlighted.
Right, yes, there's a pin there, there's a pin there, and there's a pin there. And plus there's a little notch there.
Okay.
Right here there's a pinhole there, pinhole there, pinhole there, and pinhole there. And plus, you've got one of these slightly longer.
Okay, so step 8 is then press the sleeves into the frame. Pay attention to the coupling highlighted in the photograph.
Yeah, because that's part of it pointed out. With the circle part, that's like going like so. I mean, actually, I'm going to do it this way, because then they can roughly see where the holes are and where the pins are. Okay. I've got those two lined up. I'm going to push those slightly on. Then I'm going to move on to the other two.
Okay. Right, so step 9. Oh, sorry, Adrian, I'm getting ahead. Okay, step 9.
Okay.
Position the inner part of the radiator. These fixings must be matched up on both sides.
Right. So compared to the image, the cable, the wire goes down through there. So first things first, I'm going to feed that wire down there compared to the image. And there is a little notch there, so I'm actually going to try and aim that cable in that little notch. I don't know if we need to, but it's best off through putting that into place, right? Okay, that's nicely pushed in.
Okay. Step 10 is on the left side, secure the inside of the radiator to the frame with 2 type I screws. Repeat on the right side.
Right. Okay, I believe we're going to have fun tricky getting these in. Right. I'm going to try and do that one first because that's then I've got more leverage to try and put that in place. Right. Okay. I'm going to put that one in so far. I'm going to check. They want us to do both sides, don't they, first off?
Just says on the left side, secure the inside of the radiator to the frame with 2 type I screws. Repeat on the right side.
Right, I'm going to first off do the 2 bottom ones. Get them in so far because I don't have much leverage if I need to lift them up.
already be one.
Okay, got those two in so far. Which is okay. Is this one a bit closer together? I'm going to do this one first. I'm only at the moment putting them in so far. And then I'll go around tacking them all up, right? Now try. Now I've got them all located. Now I'm going around tightening them all up.
Okay.
Actually, I'm glad that's not metal.
Yeah, sometimes people go on about, oh, you know, I want metal parts, but sometimes plastic really is the best option, isn't it?
Yeah, because plastic you can slightly bend. If it was metal, both parts would have been perfectly made.
So long as the detail is there and the paintwork's nice, I don't think it really matters what it is. It's got to be strong enough.
Yeah. And it's lucky actually I put that cable in that little notch there. As I said, it wouldn't even come out anywhere. Right.
Okay, and that is result. You have completed construction of the radiator for your model. The loudspeaker of the sound system is housed in a radiator fan.
Right, according to the image, this wire comes up through there. So I'm going to bring that one up there like so. So it's, I don't know if that's true or not, but at least it's going into the right order. Hopefully that is correct.
So it's going under and then over that cable.
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's going down there, under.
Yeah,
Like
these are the little details that you have to look at, because it might, you know, if you get it in the wrong way, you probably think it won't matter, and it probably won't matter. But if you get sort of 20, 30, 40 issues down the line and you're like, oh no, I've put that in the wrong way, that's just going to make a lot of hard work.
Yes. What I'll do is I've got a little cable tie and I'll just basically tie that together a little while later.
Okay, and coming in issue 44 is steering components.
No, I think that's the kind of issue that can kind of make or break a model. You know, you get some models where the steering's just really bad, and then some where they're really good. So we'll see next week. Yeah. Well, starting next week. So, Mark, has Build with Adrian convinced you to do this model yet? Are you looking at it and go, well, I want to do it?
No, I'm not into doing cars, really.
Okay.
So they're not my thing. Never have been.
No, I'm not into... I mean, the classic cars, yes. Well, the classic cars, I'm like, you know, there's some cars I'd love to do, but yeah, generally I'm not a car person. I'm seeing all these, and I'm sure they're wonderful models, but all these supercars coming out. I know Agora's doing a few, but they just don't really do anything for me. A car is I have no, what's the word I'm looking for? No emotion towards a car. Motorbike's different.
And I think with this Ferrari, there's not that a lot to do.
Nice colour though. Well, as long as you like red.
Of course, every issue, if I get parts left over, I always take the ticket and I put it in the parts and put it in a bag.
Yeah.
So if I know how, it's like, you know, this pipe or that pipe, it's always with the issue number. So basically when they say go back to this issue number, so I know, right.
This is it. And I know me and Horlicks have found ourselves in a position where we're doing a completely different project, and then we've gone through over spare parts for something and went, oh yeah, that's absolutely perfect. So I don't care what anyone says. I've never subscribed. I mean, I used to hate, you get the men with their sheds and they go, we'll put that in the shed. That'll be useful later. Oh, here's a 3-piece wide piece of worktop. We'll put that in the shed. It'll come in handy for something later. I've always hated that. It's like, yeah, you've just got a big pile of junk. And then all of a sudden, one of them will prove me wrong, and they'll say, oh, I need something. They'll go, oh, yes, I've got that 1.5-inch nail laying somewhere in the shed. It's been in there 20 years. There you go. Exactly what you need. But I do it myself now with part works. There's spare parts, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's perfect.
Well, it'll probably like a couple of issues time. I'll say, oh, issue 43.
Yeah. So are you a keep a spare part then, Mark?
Yeah. Still got spare parts from R2D2.
Yeah. You just never know. It's one day you'll go, oh, that's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I still got a screw pot, basically all the screws in it.
Yeah. I've still got a load of stuff. Well, I mean, I haven't finished the Route Master yet, but I've still got a load of stuff from the Route Master. Spare parts and all sorts. In fact, someone asked me about a month ago, oh, have you got so-and-so? And I'm like, yeah, I just happen to have had that. Where maybe I'd got a replacement issue or something, and they wanted one part from an issue that I wanted a spare part from.
Yeah. I'll just read off tomorrow's schedule.
Yep.
I only do the next day at the moment.
Okay.
So
Am I the only one who does a week now then?
I don't know. No. Chris did the week.
Right. No, it's just, I notice everyone's doing. I mean, I can see the sense. It's one of those things. If you do something different, there's advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah. Well, if I put my stuff down for next week and I end up falling ill, it's near the time, at least between now and then.
Yeah, this is the other thing as well, is I might do a show and then I might forget to put the show on for the following week. So again, if someone's only reading a few days out, then obviously my show's not. That gives me an extra 3 days to remember.
Yes. So 2:00 we have Penny's Pit Stop and the Paint with Diamond show issue 44.
And excuse me for overstepping the mark if I am, and I do apologise. Really, really big, important announcement to make tomorrow.
Yeah. Then it's back to me at 8:00 doing the Partwork show, Spitfire issue 66 and Terminator 116. Flexify over to my shop, Terminator in the shop.
Yeah.
And it's what you're trying to show off?
No, I was just seeing if I had the issue, and I thought, oh, I haven't got that issue, and then I just noticed I keep all my issues in a box, and it just slipped down a little bit. Where I'm starting to build the Spitfires, the gap in the box is getting bigger.
Yeah.
Magazines are so much easier to find when you've crammed loads of them in one box, but now there's gaps, and they've started to slip, and I just spotted it. So, no, I believe that this week or possibly next week, we're expecting the next 4 issues.
Yeah, I reckon it put we went.
Yeah, because I put a little calendar entry on my mobile phone to repeat every 4 weeks, and it just says Spitfire receive ? And I remember some I was getting on Saturday, so I'm expecting mine at the weekend. So we'll see what juicy World War II goodness we get through the post.
Yeah. Well, this packet last one we didn't receive after the first issue came out in the shop, so
Yeah.
it's a question mark. Do we receive them in time or do we receive them afterwards?
This is one of the good things about being behind. I don't have to worry about if it's a week late.
Yeah. Right. Thank you both, and let's go through thank yous.
Okay. So thank you very much for having me on, Adrian. It's been an absolute honor and a pleasure. The build is looking absolutely fantastic. I mean, like me and Marcus said, cars don't do it for us, but we can still appreciate that this is a very good build, and it is looking really nice, and you're doing a really good job there. So yeah, thank you for having me on, and hopefully I'll catch some of you guys on another day.
Actually, before we leave, I've got to go through comments. Right, after Fleetwood we have.
That's fine. P40F20 says that's a long cable. And I guess because sometimes they put like the main circuit boards and things in the middle of the vehicle, don't they? So anything that goes on like the outsides obviously needs that longer cable. But yeah, Fleetwood J says more parts for the Ferrari parts bin.
Yeah.
P40 says nice work, Adrian, and yeah, I'll underline that. Yeah, nice work today, Adrian. You've done well on that.
Yeah, thank you.
Dave back, nice build tonight, Adrian. And there's 2 guys there that they wouldn't say that if it wasn't. So it has been a good build. You don't need me to tell you that because it has been a good build.
I found lining up the black screws a bit tricky.
Yeah, but do you think it comes down to something that I've always said a lot? Just take your time. Just slow it down a little. If you're starting to struggle, slow it down just a smidgen, and then you can just get through it.
Yeah, I worked at the screws I'd done. I thought, yeah, those are probably awkward ones, and the other ones.
John's model making issue 44. Shouldn't that be 144? I'm guessing it is issue 44 next week because we're doing 43 this week, unless you meant something else, John.
Yeah.
I don't know. John's model making. This is the slowest Ferrari on the market, LOL.
Yeah.
P40F20, as soon as you throw something away, you often find you need it, and how true that is.
Yes.
Dave Mack, next week, the next batch. Yes, so next week, the next batch of Spitfires are coming. So, yeah, I can't wait for that because I can see where it's now starting to go. We built the wings out, then we built details on the wings. Now we seem to be starting to build the fuselage out. So maybe that's going to continue, or maybe we'll come back and start doing the tops of the wings. Who knows?
Yeah. As soon as we get next 4 issues, we'll find out then.
Right. So do I have to do this in a World War II type voice? Eagle Squadron, we fly with Captain Langley on the morrow. Get your kites rearmed and refueled, chaps. The Hun is sure to pay us a visit. Did that work? I can think of some people that could say that better than me. John's model maker says, great patience as always, Adrian, with the build. Yeah, totally agree. P40, great show tonight. Mike Tedstone says, great show, been a pleasure watching. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
P40F20, all watching, hit the thumbs up button. There you go. I've just hit my thumbs up button. John's model making. It's such a long build. I forgot what issue you were on. Yeah, it gets like that, doesn't it? I mean, I some of the other builds, it's like you're building away every week, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, we're over halfway through.
Yeah.
P40 F20, very good, Lieutenant Blake. It's made my day. That as a lovely comment from P40.
Thanks for your assistance, Penny.
Not a problem.
Sorry, Mark. I just realised
right.
you had to go through the comments.
I wondered if you were going to remember, Mark.
Okay, so yeah, it's a good night for me, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you both for that, guys. And I'm going to play my end tune. Yeah, if I find it correctly. Goodbye, all.
Take care.